Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third-party review. Thanks to the team over at Robot Kingdom. In today's video we're taking a look at the latest offering from GCreation. Following on from their movie series Grimlock, we're taking a look at their IDW inspired smokescreen, aptly named Dust. This is the GDW-02B. Absolutely adore smokescreen. I actually no longer have the Prowl. Didn't really get on with the IDW line. There was just so many. I liked the comics, but I just wasn't a huge fan of the toys. But Smokescreen is one of my favourite characters of all time. He doesn't get anywhere near enough love, in my opinion. I had him as a kid, albeit the roof panel on mine broke when I was a kid. So yeah, no idea how I managed to do that, but I did. But he was one of my favourite characters, and when I saw that they were doing a repaint, I thought if they're going to get any of them again, I will get this one. So I probably won't be getting their Silver Streak or Blue Streak. If they do it, I'll just be sticking with this Smokescreen. But quick look around the box. We've got a Smokescreen on the front there, side, and on the back there we've got him in his robot form and in his vehicle mode. This is a choking hazard. There are parts in there that children could choke on, so don't let them eat your toys. Here he is out of his plastic prison. Now, Prowl was a good looking figure, but Dust is beautiful. Really vibrant, radiant colours. Just screams Smokescreen. Even if you didn't know about the IDW continuity, I think you would happily be able to associate this with the Smokescreen character. Really vibrant, radiant piece. It's a good looking version of the mold. I liked their Prime, but in my opinion, Generation Toys did that better. But their Prowl was probably one of the strongest IDW style figures they did, and I'm glad that they followed suit with Smokescreen. He's just as robust as his previous counterpart, if not even more finely tuned, with some added tweaks and a gorgeous paint scheme. Let's get up close and personal. It's not the crispest of lines on that paint on that front wing above the eyebrows there, but look at that expression. The colours are so vibrant. Really good looking piece. Feels nice and solid. Like I said, it was definitely an improvement over their Prime. In my opinion, it was just a more robust figure. We do have rubber on those tires. We have these sections that can plug in to the back of those shoulders, going over, giving it that kind of G1 look. And we get these nice big rifles on either hand. So I just love that chest piece. That really buffed out front bumper. Really impressed. For a quick scale comparison, here he is along with Daban, Optimus Prime, who is a bootleg of the Generation Toys version, and of course my masterpiece Smokescreen. I really need to get the animation version, don't I? I just think the animation version does look a lot better, but it gives you an idea of how he scales as well. Yeah, I'd say a good Voyager size figure. Standing in around the 6.5-inch mark to the top of his head, that's around the 17 centimeters. Now let's take a look at some of that articulation. The head can look up, down, we can go left, and we can go right, and we can quizzically tilt side to side. Shoulders come out and go up and around. There's a separate joint on here, so the shoulder pads can move individually. There's an upper bicep rotation, albeit it is very stiff, and there is a double jointed bend on the elbow. Rotation on the wrist, and the fingers are pinned, but they do open and close. There is a waist rotation in amongst all of this. It does turn like so. Again, very, very stiff joint. There is, if you lift from the torso there is an abdominal crunch in there as well, giving us room to move up and down and side to side on that abdominal section as well. And we do have hip skirts to the side, which lift and lift, and allow for the legs to come this far forwards. I love the fact that these just slide up and down to clear these legs. And out to the side, no ratchets on this though, it is all friction joints. And we get a bend on the knee. We can move the gun section down to give a deeper range. It's not bad actually, it's quite a nice kneecap, it looks quite natural. And bend that back. And the feet, we've got up and down, left and right as well, giving us the illusion of a deep pivot there. But we've got some up and down on that heel spur, but it is only the toe which really moves, and it uses the tire section here to balance, so it stops it from sliding left to right. These guns do have a tendency to pop off if you're bending, there we go, as if by magic. If you're bending the arms upwards and outwards, you just have to make sure you push them in thoroughly. And if you're going to bend this section up and down, just make sure you keep your finger just on this back panel piece to hold it into place. I think one of the biggest joys I have about this is the fact that it's got butterfly joints. They don't move a great deal, but I love butterfly joints on any robot figure. I just think it really adds to the dynamic range of a character. I love how well balanced he is as well. You've got such a firm plant on the ground that he can really kind of lean back and get some really nice poses. I'm looking forward to some of those photographers to get a hold of this and show us really what he's capable of. Right, for the most part the transformation remains the same as it did with the prowl. So let's just remove the weapons like so. And I'm going to remove these shoulder guns as well. We're going to start by rotating his head all the way around. And we're going to move these sections up on those shoulders and up on those shoulders. And this section is going to open, open, and this is going to pull backwards like so, and forwards like so. That's going to form the top of the vehicle. From this point, straighten up these legs so we can grab this and we can turn and rotate that waist all the way around. It's really quite a tight fit there. This chest panel piece is going to come up to the front. The arms are going to come in, and these panels are going to rotate around so they're at the back of these arms. Again, rotate them around so that they're at the back of the arms. So this is all going to kind of line up, so that was eventually going to tab into here. You want to grab these arms and make sure that this piece here lays flat. There's a tab just on the underside like so. Tab that in, and we can bring this wing panel here down. That's going to push and tab on, and this is going to sit on the underside like this. Again, do the same with this side. So you want to bring this piece around, make sure that this piece here is brought all the way up and over so that it tabs in to this section. And applying pressure to the top of this grey shoulder joint, you want to push that circle tab all the way in, and then this is going to slide upwards like so. That brings everything up in line at the front, and then bring this panel down and push, tab, and secure that piece in. You can then start tabbing these front panels in, some easier than others. So we'll eventually kind of get these tabbed in here and here. We can slide these front panel pieces backwards on that rotating hinge like so, and both of these are going to just sit in this grey piece at the front here. Starting to come together. Bring these pieces back up and over, and bring this panel piece down. This piece here is going to come untabbed from that knee piece. This piece here is going to rock upwards. Just flip the leg around, this piece comes up, and this whole panel here is going to come out like so, and that can then untab. This is going to come out, this will rotate around, and that'll come down like so. This can then come back in to that void like this, and bring that toe panel piece downwards, then rotate this panel around, and if you look here, there's this double jointed hinge here. This is going to bend down on that hinge like so. We can then bring this piece flat, bring up to this angle, and this hinge here is going to flip and rotate inwards, and as we rotate it inwards, that's actually going to fit inside this tab piece on this leg. That's going to go in here, and that's going to push tab and locate nicely into this socket here. Close this one off. You can then angle this, so these two pieces are going to tab into here, and this is going to tab in on this side. So push that in, and push and close these two panels in together. And finally, I just mounted the weapons on the side here. I don't think I've got the back quite tabbed in properly, have I? But you get the idea, it does kind of hold together pretty nicely. On the underside, it's just a matter of getting everything angled correctly. Yeah, I haven't popped those shoulders in quite square, have I? But it still gives you an idea of how nice the vehicle mode looks. The blue really is quite fetching. Oh, I've definitely popped that up. Look at that. Oh, look at the gap there. Oh well. There's no getting away from that now. These sections just tab in just behind these wheels, and then we get to the tabs on the guns, so they can peg in on there as well. There's a tab on these either side. You don't have to have the guns on, but I really do think they kind of make it look even better. These just really kind of remind me of War for Cybertron, Optimus Prime, or War Within, with their kind of like thrusters at the back. We've got some air brakes here as well. It's a nice piece. I'm not a huge fan of the vehicle modes on these. The transformation isn't overly enjoyable. I like a fluid transformation, but I like it to be fun as well. And there's just too many tabs. There's these tabs here we have to push into this cockpit section, and I always worry that I'm going to overstress those areas. But other than that, I mean, it's a good solid piece. The bot mode is sublime, absolutely sublime. It's definitely how he's going to be displayed. I know MGO done an amazing, easy to follow video on the transformation. His review on Prowl was really clean and really easy to follow, but here we go. This is GCreation Smokescreen, aka Dust. Really good looking piece, real kind of hardened, battle ready look for him. Love that sports color scheme, and the bot mode is absolutely sublime. Vehicle mode looks the part. If you're an IDW fan, could definitely think this could fit in with the War for Cybertron kind of Planet X line. I think that could definitely work. Definitely have him transformed up into his bot mode. I think that's definitely the stronger of the two modes. Once again, huge thank you to Robot Kingdom for making this review possible. I've included a link in the description below where this can be ordered. I believe they do have it in stock as I record this video. And until next time, for myself and the rest of the Collectables household, thank you all for watching. Goodbye.